How to turn 1000 bob into a business in Kenya. Most people believe money is the biggest barrier to starting a business. They think you need 50,000, 100,000, or even a million shillings to get off the ground. But here's the truth. Waiting for big capital is the biggest excuse that keeps hustlers stuck. What really matters is not the size of your pocket, but the size of your idea, your creativity, and your discipline. Even with just 1000 bob, you can spark a hustle that feeds you today and grows into something much bigger tomorrow. Let's start with something simple: food. Food is the most consistent business in Kenya because people eat every single day, whether the economy is good or bad, whether it's raining or shining. Imagine taking 1000 bob to Marikiti in Nairobi or Kongoya in Mombasa and buying a bunch of bananas for about 500 shillings. Instead of selling the whole bunch at once, you divide it into smaller clusters of 5 or 6 bananas. In your estate, each cluster can go for 20 to 30 shillings. By the time you're done, that 500 shillings has turned into 1000 or more. And if you reinvest daily, your profit compounds. Many mama mugas you see with big stalls today began with one basket of bananas or tomatoes and grew slowly but surely. The lesson here is clear: buy in bulk, sell in small, affordable portions, and let volume do the magic. Now think about bottled water. On a hot afternoon, when people are waiting at a matatu stage or sweating at construction sites, nothing sells faster than cold water. A crate of 24 bottles costs around 350 shillings at wholesale. If you sell each at 50 bob, you make 1,200 shillings. Even after subtracting your costs, you've tripled your money. Sell just 2 crates in a day, and you've made more than many people working an 8-hour shift. The capital, still under 1000 bob. The trick is to position yourself where demand is highest, near stages, offices, campuses, or busy roads. Then there's the legendary smoky and egg hustle. You've seen them everywhere: young men and women carrying buckets or pushing small trolleys, serving eggs with kachumbari and smokies with chili. It looks simple, but the returns are powerful. With 1000 bob, you buy a tray of eggs at about 360 shillings and a pack of smokies for around 450 shillings. Boil them, add a bit of pili-pili or kachumbari, and you're in business. Each egg or smoky sells for 20 to 30 shillings. By the end of the day, you've doubled your investment. And the beauty is, demand never dries up. Hungry students, hustlers after work, or commuters waiting for a matatu will always buy. That's why this hustle has survived for decades. It's simple, cheap to start, and almost guaranteed to move stock daily. Fashion also offers opportunities. Mitumba is one of Kenya's most profitable hustles because everyone needs clothes. But not everyone can afford brand new ones. With 1000 bob, you can walk into Gikomba or Toy and buy a handful of high-quality thrift pieces. We call them camera clothes. You wash them, iron them, and market them on WhatsApp or Instagram. Buy at 100 or 120 shillings per piece. Resell at 300 or even 500 shillings. The margins are huge, and the beauty of this hustle is you don't even need a physical shop. Social media has become the new market, and your phone is your stall. That's why you see so many young people building online boutiques straight from their bedrooms. Another hidden gem is detergents and soaps. Every household in Kenya uses cleaning products daily, yet supermarket brands are often expensive. With 1000 bob, you can buy small quantities of raw materials like sulfonic acid, Texapon, and fragrance from suppliers in town. Mix them properly, and you've got liters of dishwashing liquid or multi-purpose soap. Bottle them in recycled plastic bottles and sell in your neighborhood for 50 to 100 shillings each. Your 1000 bob can turn into 3000 bob worth of product. And because you're solving a real problem at a lower price, customers keep coming back. Some of the biggest detergent brands you see today started with experiments in someone's backyard. And don't overlook the power of services. If you have a skill, whether it's tutoring children, cleaning homes, repairing electronics, or even braiding hair, your 1000 bob doesn't have to go into stock. Instead, it can pay for flyers to advertise yourself or bundles to market online. For example, printing 200 flyers may cost 600 bob. Distribute them in your estate, and one client could pay you 500 shillings or more in a single session. From there, word of mouth takes over. The truth is, services are often the fastest way to turn small money into steady income, because you're multiplying the value of your time and talent. And then there's the internet. In 2025, your phone is more than a gadget. It's a shop, an office, and a bank combined. With 1,000 shillings worth of bundles, you can open a WhatsApp store, start reselling products, or even join online platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. Think about this. A simple task like transcription or article writing can earn you 500 to 1,000 shillings per job. That means your bundle investment can pay itself back multiple times over. The challenge is focus. Many young people spend bundles scrolling TikTok for entertainment, but the same bundles could be used to learn new skills, market products, or close deals online. So what's the big lesson in all this? The size of your capital doesn't determine your success. What determines success is how you think. With 1,000 bob, some people go straight to a betting shop and lose it all in minutes. Others blow it in a single night out, and by morning, they're broke again. But a hustler with vision sees that same 1,000 bob as seed money. They ask, how can I multiply this? How can I flip it into something bigger? Every great business you admire today began small. Equity Bank started with a simple wooden desk in Maranga. Java House began as a single coffee shop. The Matamba supplier started with a single bale. The only difference is that those founders treated small beginnings seriously. They planted their seed and watered it daily. So the next time you hold a 1,000 bob note, pause and think, is this money going to disappear into pleasure, or will you plant it and watch it grow? Because at the end of the day, money is not just about what you hold, it's about what you do with it. And if you choose to invest it wisely, that 1,000 bob could be the first brick in building your empire. If this inspired you, share it with a fellow hustler who needs a push to start small. And don't forget to subscribe to Pesa Mastery, where we teach you practical, realistic, and powerful ways to hustle smart and build lasting wealth in Kenya.